Okay, thank you for joining me today. This is Tantalus, and I'm here with Case Wynn from AllnDaKards.
Hello.
Okay, today we're going to be doing a reading. It's a cold case on Asia Martin. Now, she went missing in May 27th of 2005. Let me get her thing back up again. Um, from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and she was 19 years old. So what they said was she spoke to her mother that night, and her roommate said that she left the apartment to take a walk and never came back. Um, she had purchased a bus ticket to go see her mother in Colorado, but she never arrived or got on the bus. But she lived with her father in Louisiana. She had lived with him, but I think she had a boyfriend down there where she was. So we're going to be looking into her case today to see what's going on with her. But before we pull any cards, we're going to talk about what we already picked up from her
Yeah.
already. So you go ahead, Case Wayne. You go ahead and say.
Okay. So for me, as I stated, not as I stated, but as let me get my book. Okay, so as I wrote down the information you gave me about her, I do see that, as you stated, she was with, I guess, her boyfriend or a friend, and they left for a party or something of that sort. I feel like it has some type of connection to the boyfriend. Everything I say is allegedly, as well, as you can see down bottom that my sis have running across the screen. But I feel like it's connected to him in some shape, form, or fashion. And I do feel that, it all stems in reference of the love that she may have been, I'm not going to say neglected because I don't know the situation, but it stems from some type of mother-daughter relationship situation, I feel, because that's what I was feeling. And it's definitely, I mean, pretty much what I could just see is that it stems around some type of situation around the boyfriend. Now, I know you can add on to that, sis.
Mhm.
Um, but it's definitely that. But I just wanted to say, out of it all, I just feel like this young lady, it was, she wanted to be loved, you know what I'm saying? Or it was
Mhm.
all behind some type of loving situation or relationship of some sort. And that's what I felt, and that's what I wrote down about her. So yeah, so that's what I have in reference of it, and we'll see with the cards and what you got, sis.
Yeah, so I got the same thing, but like it's her boyfriend as well. But I also feel like she may have been pregnant. Not may not have been far along, but she could have been pregnant, and they could have been in to some type of altercation about who like the support of the baby, and and so when they get into it, they have some type of altercation, and things go wrong. But I think also, like I said, she may have been hiding some type of abuse from him. It doesn't necessarily have to be physical; it could be emotional or mental, like mental
Yeah,
abuse, emotional. And
yeah,
she was hiding that. And I believe, like I just was telling you, that she probably booked that trip to see her mom because she needed her at that time, because she probably just found out she was pregnant. She was going through some things with her boyfriend, and she needed her mother there for
yeah.
support. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was her fate. Her fate was based off of, her energy in reference of either becoming a mother and actually having her mother. And I
Hmm.
feel like that was the first piece of the puzzle for her, right? But it
Hmm.
also centered around the love that she may have not received from a father figure as well, and trying to get that and reproduce that within a man. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And so, but I definitely feel like maybe she, always had some type of situation. I even feel like maybe the mother was, big in reference of being judgmental towards her in some type of way, or, not teaching her the things that she needed to do here on earth in some
Hmm.
type of shape, form, or fashion. And I feel like her karma, all in all, was based on a loving relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so also I feel like a lot of the things that she may have done while she was here, doing the things here on earth, as going up to whatever situation she may have been in, I feel
Hmm.
like that she may have been a lot, maybe even accused of lies and so forth, right?
Mhm.
Maybe even been accused of some things that she may have lied about in reference of changes that she was going through in her life, right? Because
Mhm.
it was that energy in reference of her just trying to get that love, you know what I'm saying? Or trying to
Mhm.
have love in some shape, form, or fashion, but it all stems back to that inner child, back to that relationship that she didn't receive, you know what I'm saying, from
Mhm.
her mother, because she wasn't with the mother, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't
Mhm.
hear anything in the article about a father either. So
Well, they said she was in Louisiana
her
with her
father,
father. She lived with him until I don't even think she graduated high school from there, but it's not clear of what they mean by that. But then she moved to Mississippi, I guess whatever that friend is,
hmm,
and that guy that she was seeing. So I think she just needed somebody to step in, like you said, to guide her, maybe the more so the mother than the father. But
hmm,
yeah, she needed a lot of intervention coming in from her parents, the
hmm,
mother and the father.
father, yeah,
Mhm. So
yeah.
what we're going to do now is we're going to pull cards on her to see what we get. K Swin, I'm gonna let you go ahead and do your whole thing, and then I'll come and do mine.
Okay, all right. Well, first things first. Let me pull some cards on her. I'm gonna start with my spread, which I always use on these type of cases. What I call the words of truth. It is my deck that I use in reference to finding out some words of truth in her case. And since we do have a lot that we've seen in reference of the numerology as well as reference of her date of birth, right? And looking at her and meditating over her energy, I'm definitely hoping that she'll come through and she'll bring through a message. Okay, so I'm gonna call her in. All right. So her name is Asia Martin. And so, okay, I had a few cards to flip over already. I have employment and gathering to flip over, judgment, like I told you guys, okay, shopping, stabbed, changed, ritual, gathering, and mental health flew out already. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put them back, and then I'll get started. But I always like for you guys to see what flew out first. Okay, sorry, I got on my face. All right, so here we go, Asia Martin. We asked you to come in as I have already. Okay, and bring through the messages through the cards. Let us know exactly what went on with you in reference of that date that you may have left or been missing, or it may still be alive. Okay, we never know. And just let us know what's going on, Asia. Asia Martin. Here we go. Mm. Mm. Wow. Okay. Legal drugs on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So I feel like there was some type of legal drugs attached to her, or a prescription of some sort, because the prescription is legal drugs. Okay. But remember, I told you guys it was all in reference of Asia and the love that she really, really wanted and she craved for, right? So I do still feel that even with the first spread that I got on Asia, the first card I got was promise. So Asia was promised something in reference of her love, in reference of her, because the pink is heart chakra. So this is definitely something in reference of Asia being promised something around love. And underneath of it is the same energy, which is question, something that was being questioned, something that somebody was curious about, or being questioned. I feel like it was something that she was promised, and there was questions around that. It was a questionable situation. I feel like she was promised by a father. Here is the father energy, okay? And I have low vibrating energy. So the father of some type of situation that was to her a promise, right? Was the energy of this father. I have murder. Okay, and I have child. Okay. So I feel like that this low vibrating energy of this father wanted her to murder her child, or to for a child to be murdered. And I feel like this also could be energy of him promising her something, or she promising him something. But it is definitely what we were feeling, okay, especially with the low vibrating frequency and the father here and the child and the murder. This is how it came out. Okay. So when I get the child and I got the murder on top of each other, that's like an abortion. And then we have the legal drugs on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so that's like, maybe having some type of abortion, especially with the legal drugs coming with the murder and the child here. Now that also gives me the energy of, you know, they found out something, you know what I'm saying? They promised her something based off of this child, right? And maybe she promised him something, or maybe she promised him the child, or, it could go all which ways when it comes to these younger people, right? And the situations that they deal with. But it is around some type of situation, we thought, right? So let's clarify and let's see if we can see exactly what else she's trying to tell us. Promise. What is the promise doing here? And what were you promised? What was the promise about, Asia? Tell us what the promise was about. Mental health. So we got this mental health on the first thing out, right? Mind games, all right? So there was some type of mind games that somebody played with Asia that promised her something. They promised they was going to be with her. He promised he was going to do this. He promised he was going to do that for her. He messed with her mental. Her mental health wasn't strong, family, all right, around this situation. And maybe even the promise was given to her in reference of somebody else who didn't have their mental health together either. Maybe the mental health situation is coming in reference of this father. Okay, but somebody was playing mind games, okay? Because it's the same energy as the mental health. All right. So in the promise that came in reference of the promise, tell us in reference of these questions, Asia. Why is the questions here in reference of your situation? Can you show us why the questions is here? The investigation, why was the questions here, or that someone was curious, or why was somebody was being questioned in reference to a deal. So the questions was or the someone questioned her, and they promised her, and there was a deal being made, or there may have been some type of deal, or actually the deal is the same color as the low frequency, low vibrational frequency that they were in. Somebody was living in their shadow, somebody was walking in their ego. And so the deal was made. Basically, the deal is saying, okay, whoever this is may have said, okay, well, I'll give you this amount of money, or I'll take you here if you decide that you want to get rid of this baby, right? Because that's the murder and the child. And it's like, whoever this father was in this low vibrational energy, or maybe she was in some type of low vibrating energy as well, because her mind was being played with, right? And so there was a deal. See, somebody sold their soul and made a deal in reference of this situation. That's low vibrating energy. Okay. Let's see what we can see. Who is this father? The baby father, your father? Who is this, Asia, in reference of the father? The father, Asia. Father. Yeah, surgery. So whoever this was scared and wanted to cut her off, or cut into the situation, or cut something off. So this father wanted to stop something, okay, the surgery. And we're not talking about a regular surgery either that somebody would have. Somebody was scared in reference of the things that was going to happen to them when this baby came into the world. They were either this father, which I feel like is the baby father, whoever she was pregnant with, was scared. They wanted to cut her off, or they wanted to cut the situation off. This was a medical procedure that this father wanted her to have, and was scared. See? Or either she was scared, right? Why is the low vibrating energy here, Asia? Low vibrational energy. Why is that here? Asia. Out of balance. Ancestors giving me the same energy over and over. My deck here, family, and abandoned. All the same energy, same color. Look at the out of balance and abandoned. That's why this low frequency energy is here, family. She was out of balance and she felt abandoned, and the other person was out of balance as well. It's a low vibrational energy, okay? And this is why we have that came out about being out of balance. Being out of balance means you wasn't aligned. You felt abandoned. Remember, I told you from the beginning in reference of Asia, she missed out on having that motherly instinct, that love from the beginning. So when somebody abandoned her, she wanted to keep this child probably, and she probably was trying to make a deal with somebody, but somebody abandoned her. Somebody cut her off in reference of this situation. Let's see what the child is. Why is the child here in reference of Asia Martin? Why is the child here, Asia? Ooh, okay, Asia. I know you want to speak a lot. That energy strong, honey. She is upset. Why is the child here, Asia? I know. Why is the child here? Why is the child here, Asia? Child. Cover up. See, because the child was the situation. See, somebody deviated from that situation that she was pregnant, and she was, okay. They covered it up and made it seem like it may have been something else, or maybe she covered it up. She could have been covering up her pregnancy and didn't want people to know, so she deviated from even going with her mom or going with somebody else, or deviated to another situation where she didn't have to show people. Might have been covering up her clothes, wearing clothes too big, just being out of balance, being low vibrational, right? She may have made a deal with this boyfriend or this father, right? And maybe even he wanted to cut her off at the time, and it may have made her feel some type of way. It may have been the mind games. It may have messed with her mental, because he promised her that he was going to be with her. You see? Yeah. Why is the murder here, Asia? Asia, why is the murder here? Why is the murder here, Asia? Why is the murder here? Show us through the cards. Why is the murder here for you? Why is the murder here for you, Asia? Why is the murder here for you? Why is the murder here? Assault. So she was assaulted and she was murdered. Okay. So Asia was, the assault is here, and somebody else did it. Okay. It was an agent that came in. So it may have not been this father figure, but it was someone that she got assaulted by. Okay. So the assault is here on the murder. Okay. And the ancestors is saying, and she's also saying that this was because of a cover up of a child. Okay. So the assault is here, and there's an agent. So this is an agent is when someone else comes into the situation, not maybe just her and him going through some type of situation, or it could have been, right? But that agent created this situation also in reference of some type of murder, or it could have been somebody outside of her and him that caused him to do the murder. But there is some situation around an assault and a murder of Asia. Give me the last messages in reference of your situation here, Asia, that you want us to know that we don't know. Can you show us through the cards in reference of this assault and this murder, or whatever the situation or whatever happened led up to the day of you no longer being here on this planet, Asia? Show me in the cards what you want us to know that we don't know. A few cards, Asia. History. Somebody had a history, sexual partner. So who she had a history with, this sexual partner, feels like they were winning or winning in the situation, and they got triggered. Okay. And they moved. Okay. So this sexual partner, because of a third party situation. So that agent that we seen that came in was the third party. So someone he was cheating with, being with, whoever this boyfriend was, whoever this third party situation was, either they got the fighting or somebody got the fighting, or either he got rid of her because of that situation. All right. So that's what I'm seeing. And it was a sexual partner. Okay. Sexual partner that she had a history with. This person, it may have moved out of that area, but that person was triggered by this whole situation. And they were functioning in a low vibrating energy because of some type of third party energy. Okay. That's here. Give me one more. Yeah. And it was a tower moment. The situation was a tower moment for him because of this third party situation. And that's what brought it on. Okay. So that's what I had.
Okay, thank you. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do mine. But yeah, a lot of that stuff that we just said in the beginning just came out with yours. Like I said, he probably could have been abusing her mentally or emotionally or something like that.
Yeah, because
If
he
it's a third
definitely
party.
did. Yeah. And the cover up was, you was exactly right. It says because of a child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, you're right, because I got history out. So he probably, with that sexual partner in the tower moment, and he was triggered. Now, somebody being triggered is like you exactly said, with the same energy, triggered and creating that tower moment. So you're right.
Yeah.
Came right out. She spoke. Thank you, Asia. Thank you. I'm sorry. Rest in power. I hope, Whew.
Yes.
But go ahead, sis. I'll mute
Okay, so Um, the first card I got coming out is somebody going along with somebody being submissive. So you got the agent. So it could be somebody who is aware and doesn't do anything to stop it, or they are assisting in it. Then I have this heartless person. This could be somebody who doesn't care anything about you, but it also could be somebody who's been through a lot, and so they just, you know how you go numb from dealing with a lot. And then I have somebody trying to protect or defend themselves or another person. So we got somebody coming in once again to help somebody, okay, in this situation. And so what's the submissive, the truth being revealed about this boyfriend. So somebody is coming in, somebody is being submissive, somebody is going along with something because they don't want the truth to come out about this boyfriend of hers. Or the boyfriend doesn't want the truth to come out. So they got somebody to assist him. But they said they cleared the boyfriend, but I still feel like he's involved in the background. He probably, like you said, got somebody else to do something.
They cleared the boyfriend?
They said that he didn't have anything to do. He wasn't responsible or something like that. I believe that's what they said. I have to go back and look, but I think that's what they said.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know. I don't see it right there, but I think that's what they said. Okay, so with this, I have, like I said, the heartless person. This is somebody, like I said, either is fed up or they don't care anymore. And then I have somebody wearing a mask and somebody jealous, envy, and hatred. So somebody trying to hide how they feel. Maybe they don't like you for some reason. So that's why they're becoming a heartless person. So if this is that person that they got coming in to assist, it could be because of how they feel about her. Protection. Okay, so you got drugs, and I got that coming out too. So but this could mean illegal activity, but also drugs as well. And then I have that with the heartbreaking. Somebody is missing someone, heartbroken over someone. They're trying to protect or defend themselves. So somebody could be trying to use some type of drugs or something to cope as well, whatever that they're dealing with, or somebody is something happened to them, and this is why they are upset right here, the heartbroken. But there's also somebody trying to defend themselves or protect someone as well. So you could have somebody coming in trying to help defend or protect this boyfriend, as we stated earlier, that he got somebody coming in to assist him. So now I'm gonna pull from the other cards, see what comes out. Okay, so I have the molest coming out. So this is the abuse that she could have suffered. I have somebody saying their goodbyes as well. And then I have the air. So this is the communication, or this could be someone's air being restricted. So if somebody is being abused here and they're saying their final goodbyes, and it could be like a strangulation, because it could be a loss of air. Or it could be you got stabbed, so it could be that, and then you lose your breath as well.
That's what I seen that stab that came out. So I was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel that she definitely was murdered.
So now I got the protection coming back out again. Okay, so and that's coming with the molest. So somebody is trying to protect themselves. So like I said, they could have got into it because he may not have wanted to be financially responsible for this child, or the other person that came in didn't want him to be responsible financially for it. So they're harming her to protect themselves. And then I have here the goodbye. And with that, I have something being taken, stolen. So because somebody could take your life, causing you to say your goodbyes. And then with the air, this is the communication, because here I have somebody being submissive. So they're doing conversations about what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. And somebody is going along with whatever the plan is, because you got the agent. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that agent, you know, he may have had like somebody to, or I feel the agent now is either somebody he was dealing with, like
Mm-hmm.
outside of him and her relationship, or it could have been somebody that assaulted her that he knew, you know, and was in the mix with the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I have obsessed coming out. So somebody is acting obsessed or doing obsessive things. Okay. They can't let something go. And like I said, the abuse here that they gave to her because of this situation. Somebody couldn't let her go, or let whatever the situation was go. And then I got the setup coming up. So with the setup, with her saying her goodbyes, so somebody set this plan up to take something away from her. And then, like you said, it could be something being taken away from you. You could have had your child taken away from you. Maybe that's what they wanted, because I still feel like they didn't want her to have that baby. Because then I got the mom coming out. Somebody's talking and going along with something about the mom. Okay. And she could be the mom. You got the father. I got the mom.
Yep. That was it. Yep.
Yeah.
The mama and the father.
Yeah.
And that child, because I got the child straight up.
Yes.
And the child in the spread was right above the murder. Like that was the abortion that he wanted her to have, that father,
Yeah.
you know? So you're right.
And once again, I have bad emotions coming up. It's intense emotions erupting. So somebody got, like I said, got upset. They got into some type of disagreement. Somebody couldn't let it go. And they're doing some things to protect themselves with this molest. Then with that, I have the chaos coming out. So we got the volcano. So with the harmful emotions coming up, then we got chaos, and then we have the bullying coming up with that. So like I said, they're trying to, you got the promise. So that could also be like somebody trying to get you to do something that you don't want to do. Or trying to make a promise to do something, like you need to get rid of this baby or something like that. And so they're trying to bully her into doing some things as well. So that's what I got. I'm gonna pull my last three on her. Let's see. Okay. This what came out. This what popped out today. The female,
See?
the gifts, and the impairment. So if we got the drugs, somebody could have, some female could have given her that, because the gifts is somebody doing something for you, or you sharing something together. So you could be sharing a person, or you could be assisting someone. So you got this female coming in to assist somebody in impairing her, or giving somebody something to impair them. Right. So, like we said, with her, I believe, and you, like you said as well, is that boyfriend is involved. If he's not the one who actually did it, he could have set it up, because I got set up.
Right. And I got agent.
Yeah. So you got somebody else coming in to do it. She could have been out. Hey, she's going to be here. She's going there, whatever the situation is. And you got somebody to go over there and get her.
And you got female. Now that could have been the outside agent that stabbed her or assaulted her, because we didn't get nothing about a pow. So they might have beat her to death or something. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
just alleging everything, but based off of
Mhm.
what we've seen in the cards.
Mhm.
But it's definitely something majorly happened to Asia.
Yeah. Because you got the agent and third party. Got this female. Then you got somebody bullying her. I got bully, molest, chaos, and everybody erupting up with these emotions that they're feeling. You getting the same thing with the mental health because it's like somebody is trying to coerce you maybe into doing something you don't want to do. And so now you having this issue. Now you want to go home to kind of get your mom to support you in some things because there's a lot of things that she was hiding that she didn't let anybody know that she was actually dealing with, and you got cover up.
Exactly. The cover up of the child. So she was
Mm-hmm.
hiding it, like you said, in reference of her being pregnant. And
Mm-hmm.
and then remember the questions came out. So it was like questionable, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like either she was questioning or he was questioning it. And it was just like a questionable situation in reference of the pregnancy. But it all goes back to the situation of whether he didn't really want her to have that baby. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
she might have wanted it, but
Yes.
I don't think because that promise came out, and like
Mm-hmm.
that promise was pink, so that's that heart chakra. So it's something he promised her, as a young
Yes.
mother.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, and like I said, it goes back to the love that she never got, and remember, abandon came out.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of times these young girls have these babies because they wanted that to be able to love somebody, and
Mhm.
that person, that baby, showed them that love too. So she probably
And
could have wanted to keep it.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times they do wind up having children. Even I could say in reference of being a teenage mom, but she wasn't really a teenager. She was in her 30s or so forth, right?
No, she
But
was 19.
oh, she was 19. Okay, that's right, because
Mm-hmm.
it's been that long.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So see, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like she craved that love. She wanted
Yeah.
that love. She felt that abandonment. She felt that he promised her something, but in actuality, she didn't get that from her parents. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? From the jump, mom, might have been the dad gave her a little bit of love because she was with him, but there was something in reference of a motherly relationship that caused her to have a hole in reference of her mental. Because remember, mental health came out, mind games. That
Mm-hmm.
man probably was doing all kinds of mind games to her, and
Mm-hmm.
it just caused her demise, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know?
Yeah. So that's the reading on Asia. So we're going to come back later
Hmm.
and see if we any more questions, or we want to look more into what we got,
Yeah.
and we're going to come back and pull on those too.
Yes, we can. All
Mhm,
right,
mhm.
sis.
All right, y'all have a good night, and thank you for joining us.
All right.